What's up, YouTube gamers? It's Young Soul doing another video, and I have to apologize at the onset. This is going to be a long video because there's a lot to unpack here, okay? And I'm going to be making some opinions about different gamers. None to be taken in a negative light. I'm not taking shots at any type of people, but there are a lot of Xbox fanboys and some Sony guys who don't understand creative gaming. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I think there are generally, and there might be more than this, I'm going to have a lot of inaccuracies. Please put your thoughts in the comment section. A lot of people are probably going to hate this video, but I'm doing it anyway because it just came to me. There are what I find two distinct types of gamers in this gaming community, both in Xbox and PlayStation, although PlayStation has a better mixture of the two different types. For the purposes of this video, there are objective-based gamers and there are creative gamers, okay? And there's within yourself, you might be a little bit of both. I think that a lot of people have a little bit 75% objective, 25% creative, or change the ratios around, or, you know, move them around however you want. But I think that the people who are like over 50%, 60%, 75% objective-based gamers and are 25 to 30% creative gamers or less, look at games like No Man's Sky, look at games like The Last Guardian, look at games like Media Molecule's Dreams. You guys saw that at E3, and say, what the hell is the purpose? I don't understand what to do in the game. Why? Because they are looking at the game as an objective game. And that a game like No Man's Sky, I guess that's the pinnacle. That's the one I'm referring to. But I also, whenever I bring that up, I'm also talking about Media Molecule's Dreams. I'm also talking about The Last Guardian, to a certain extent, The Last Guardian. And that is, Last Guardian's a little less in the realm of what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying as far as No Man's Sky and Dreams is, this is not a game to be beat. There are no objectives in the game, okay? Most objective-based gamers are used to, and it's not a knock against objective-based gamers. I'm not claiming that is a worse type of gamer or a better type of gamer. It's just a different type of person. It's like a person who has straight hair, naturally straight hair, and a person who has naturally curly hair. It's a person who's black versus a person who's white. Neither one is right and neither one's wrong. It is what it is. It's just a clear, distinct difference. It's not better or worse. And so what I'm saying is this. An objective-based gamer is someone who likes the structure of knowing that they have an accomplishment to get and they can go achieve that accomplishment. There's an objective to be met and they can go achieve that objective. They like knowing that they can go from point A to point B and do this, you know, go from point B to point C and do that, okay? And that's how they game, okay? Those type of people, when they see games like No Man's Sky, and I'm gonna reference a guy like a good buddy of mine, Vile Self, and I'll put the link to his channel in the description. He'll look at No Man's Sky and he'll be like, I don't get it. What is the point? I just rewatched his video over again. He had two separate videos saying it looks lame. The game looks lame. And I'm not knocking him. That's his personal opinion. Nobody should knock his personal opinion. Let me just start off by saying that. But I think what he doesn't get about why people are hyped about it, because I'm not as hyped as some people, but I have to admit, I'm more hyped about it than him. Okay? And the reason why is because, and I'm not saying he doesn't get this or what have you, but the reason why people are hyped for it is because they're playing with the creative juices flowing in their game, in their head when they're playing it. They're not looking for an objective. They're not looking to go from point A to point B and doing this specifically. They're not looking for the structure of an objective-based game, like, you know, hey, let's say Bloodborne. Us PlayStation fans, Bloodborne is still an objective-based game. I love the game. I love it. And I know a lot of people love it. A lot of people on the PlayStation side love it. But it's an objective-based game. You are to go from here to there and do this. You're supposed to fight this. Now, the story is a little harder to understand in Bloodborne because they don't just spell out the story for you. But it's still an objective-based game. You are to get from here to here, kill everything you can to get from here to here, go here to there. And that's the way you're supposed to do it. There's multiple ways to get around in Bloodborne. I hate talking about Bloodborne too long because it's not the point of the video. But it's still an objective-based game. And then you get games like The Witcher. You get games like, Horizon Zero Dawn. There are objectives. You are supposed to go and get this. You're supposed to take it here. You're supposed to kill this and collect its loot and use it for this or that or this purpose. But it's an objective-based game. And I love those games. I'm not knocking them. I'm not knocking the people who play them. And I'm not knocking people who do objective-based games. But the point is, No Man's Sky doesn't have an objective. So people who are looking for objective-based games are going to look and say, I don't get why. What is the purpose of this game? People who are creative-based gamers are hyped for this because in another game, like I said, like Media Molecule's Dreams, people are hyped for this because they are looking at their creative side and coming up with creative type of things. Now, it could be wacky, it could be stupid, it could be completely moronic, but you can't beat Dreams. You can't beat No Man's Sky. Even if it were only 10,000 planets. I know a lot of people are saying it's 16 quadrillion planets and all this other nonsense. That's not really the focus of the game. I don't care if it's 10,000 planets. The purpose of the game is to just play the game. It's hard to explain. It's like you can set up your own objectives. It's kind of like, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, but when Minecraft first started, there were no objectives. There weren't even, if I can recall, I might be wrong, but there weren't even bad guys to kill. Or at least that wasn't the focus, because I remember my cousin playing it before I ever played it. He was loving it. I didn't see the point at first. But then what it started happening was the community started making objectives for people to try to achieve. So what would happen is people would start building like the Statue of Liberty to scale. Or building, I remember seeing one where someone was building like the Starship Enterprise to scale. So what happened was objective-based gamers started jumping into Minecraft saying, okay, now I see you doing this, so now I'm going to try to make this, which is even more complicated than what you did. So now I have a clear-cut objective. But before the creative people jumped into Minecraft to make to make objectives out of nothing, the objective-based gamers were like, there's no point in this game. What is the point of Minecraft? But like I said, when the creative gamers started jumping in and started creating things like I said, making the Starship Enterprise to scale, that immediately made objective gamers say, okay, well, you made this. I'm going to make something infinitely harder than you, okay? And I'm going to essentially beat you, so to speak. I hate to use the word beat because it's not a competition, but it became a competition. Who can make the biggest this or that to scale in Minecraft? Who can make the biggest city, or who can make the this or the that or whatever. But that in and of itself became a game within that game. But it only started because the creative people started making those games. I don't know if that even makes any sense. I'm not sure if any of this is making any sense. This video might fall flat on its ass, as far as I'm concerned. But I can feel it because I'm almost 50-50. I 50% like creative and I 50% like objective based. And so I can see the appeal in No Man's Sky the same way I saw the appeal in Minecraft. And I know people are going to jump all over me for this. It's not going to be as big as Minecraft. I'm not claiming that. But what I'm saying is I can see objective-based gamers getting in there, and I'm not even sure what they will come up with. That's the beauty of it. Who knows? But somebody, I can guarantee you this. I will promise you this. I will bet anybody money on this, that there will be a creative person who jumps into this game and finds out a way to do something in a certain amount of time, and that will bring objective-based gamers to say, I'm going to do it better. I'm going to do it faster. I'm going to do it better. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. And it becomes a game within the game. But right now, the objective-based gamers are looking at this game and saying there's no purpose. But all it takes is one, I think that's the best example I can give. All it takes is one creative gamer to come up with something. I don't know what it'll be. I don't know what it'll be. It might be getting to this planet or that planet, or getting from this planet, which is, you know, a million light years away from the next planet within a certain amount of time, and exploring these many things within it. It could be anything. It could be nothing that I'm even possibly comprehending right now. But what'll happen is, I can guarantee you somebody's going to get in there, do something, and then somebody else is going to get in and do it faster, and then all of a sudden you're going to start seeing Twitch streams of people trying to beat that person at doing this or doing that, or blah 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 blah, all within No Man's Sky, and it's going to start taking off. And people are going to, and then people like myself or Vile Self will get the game. I don't know, maybe he won't, maybe he will, but you know, people like Vile Self, I should say. I don't want to speak for him personally, but people like a Vile Self, more of an objective-based gamer, and I'm making an assumption about him that he's an objective-based gamer. I don't know, he might not be, but person who questions what to do in No Man's Sky will then pick up No Man's Sky to try to make that objective. This guy did this, or I see a YouTube video that got 1 million hits because this guy did this in this amount of time and nobody else can do it faster. You will start seeing objective-based gamers jump on and start playing this because now they see an objective. There's an objective in the game now. And all it takes is one person to come up with it. But it takes the creative gamers to jump in and find that objective. Because right now, I don't see an objective either. But it's the creative people who are gamers, the creative gamers. And I'm not saying they're better than anyone, because they're not. Let me just, I want to reiterate that, because it makes it seem like I'm putting creative gamers above, you know, objective gamers. I'm more of an objective gamer than a creative gamer myself. So I'm definitely not putting down objective-based gamers. But I'm saying creative gamers are a different kind of gamer. They go into these things not looking to make a big splash. They're just going in there with their buddies to just mess around. I don't want to use a cuss word. I'm going to pretty much say fuck around. I apologize, I used it anyway. But fuck around. Okay? And then next thing you know, they're going to challenge each other. And next thing you know, they got a small little game type of thing. And who knows? Maybe you can't even get near the person. Who knows what the mechanics are? Like, you may be able to get within close proximity of people who you're like friends with on your PlayStation list, or maybe you're not able to. Who knows? But I'm guaranteeing you, the creative style gamer will come up with something that will draw the objective based gamer in to beat that time, or do this in a faster time, or or explore a planet more efficiently, quicker, and find out more things on a particular. Who knows? Because nobody really knows all the assets in the game. Not even, you know, nobody knows exactly how the game will be structured specifically. So we'll see. But I think that's why there are a lot of people who didn't like Vile Self's video, because there are people who are pro. I think there are people who are pro creative gamer, who then, you know, say, I don't like that you're trashing this, because I do like it. But I think that's where some of the hype is. Anyway, let me know what you think. I've just ran out of pretty much time. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll get back at you. Peace.